shows of any kind are not going to happen the way we think about.
So initially, we had 8 chairs with a 6-foot table in between. So honestly, these chairs would have been like this.
You know, you have people experimenting with like various forms of socially distant, compliant type of gatherings, and I don't know how much of that is effective. I don't know how much of that's going to really last.
If you're gonna bitch that you're not front row, then go stand in front of your friend.
Jason Bonham was coming. I had him booked this week. Our capacity is about 1,500. That means 400, maybe 500 people could go see Jason Bonham. How am I supposed to pay him? He ain't coming for free. He can't pay his staff if I don't give him money. That means I can't advertise, I can't pay the stagehands or the ushers or the theater.
People tried to think of alternative methods of putting on live shows, whether it's drive-in theaters or, you know, having an arena show with, you know, 25% capacity.
Maybe the year or the time of the huge stadium concerts are over.
Do you go to like Staples Center with every 8th seat sold to make something happen?
Financially, you would go out of business in no time.
Who knows? Nobody knows right now. I sure hope not, but I sure hope not.
Reduced capacity shows in most cities basically make it almost impossible for a band to play. Because unless you can get 80% of capacity in a venue, financially the numbers aren't going to work. The promoters aren't going to open the building. So for most big venues, the model does not work unless you can open at full capacity. And that's what a lot of people are really waiting for.
I was always the high five, here's my tambourine, right in their face. Because the environment has changed, I'm not exactly sure what the shows are going to be like.
The whole idea of a rock show is, let's go, man, you know, fucking A, let's do this, you know, and if there's all these restrictions on people's ability to move around, I just, that's kind of against the whole spirit of what a rock concert's supposed to be.
We can't put cardboard cutouts of everybody out there in the audience. It just does not work at a rock show, you know?
I think eventually you're going to see stadium level crowds come back. I mean, remember, sports is a huge issue here too. My world and most people's world that are super into rock music, we're hyper focused on the music aspect of it. A tour like the stadium tour is challenging. You know, when that tour was first announced, I found the name curious because I'm like, you couldn't come up with a better name, the stadium tour. Like, I'm sure they wish they did at this point, because stadiums are kind of, unfortunately, the last thing I think people are going to see coming back.
For a festival like Aftershock in Sacramento, or a Louder Than Life in Louisville, we're not interested in some sort of social distance affair. This is shoulder to shoulder, mass gathering, sweaty bodies, crowd surfing and mosh pit. That's the only way for us to properly have the true experience of a great rock festival.
Like, how bad do you really want to see something? And if you're a touring musician, how bad do you really want to compromise maybe what your ideal situation is just to do something? These are all questions and no one has an answer for them yet.
I've told a lot of the rock fans, I said, look, if there's a band that you're wanting new music from and you don't get it coming off of this pandemic, it just means they're not interested in making new music. Because if you're grounded from the road and you're creative and you want to be a musician, all you can do is write and record at that point. Work on music and write music. And in some cases, record records.
That's going to be an overdub. Fuck that.
All right, cool.